and welcome. Tonight, we're stepping into a quiet little world, a place that only seems to come alive after the sun has set. Imagine a softly glowing cafe where gentle voices drift through the air and every small detail invites calm attention. As we settle in together, let yourself relax. Breathe slowly and notice the comforting rhythm of an evening that unfolds softly just for you. Just after sunset, when the day has finally loosened its hold, she walks the same familiar street she always does. The air is cooler now, resting gently against her skin, and the sky has softened into quiet shades of blue and gray. This is the hour she prefers, not quite night, not quite day, a time that asks nothing from her. Her steps are unhurried, the pavement knows them well. Windows along the street begin to glow one by one, small pockets of light settling into the evening. Most places look the same as they always do, predictable, calm, easy to pass by without thought. Then there is the cafe. By day, it blends in without effort, a place for quick coffees and brief pauses. But now, in this gentle half-light, it feels different. The windows shine warmly, as if holding on to the last comfort of the day. The door is slightly open, not wide, just enough. From inside comes a low murmur, not loud, not busy, just present. She slows without realizing it. The light spills softly onto the sidewalk, brushing the ground like something familiar. The quiet sound of cups touching saucers drifts out, followed by the faint rhythm of voices speaking low, careful not to disturb the evening. It feels less like an invitation and more like reassurance, as though the cafe has been waiting, patient and unassuming. She pauses nearby, breathing in the scent of warm air and something roasted and comforting. Nothing urges her forward, nothing pushes her away. It is simply there, steady and welcoming, holding its place as the sky deepens and the night begins to settle in. She steps inside, and the door closes softly behind her, keeping the evening close but quiet. The warmth settles around her right away, familiar and steady. The air carries the gentle scent of coffee and something sweet, a smell that never asks for attention, only comfort. There is no need to look at the menu. She orders the same drink she always does, her voice low, her words already known. The exchange is easy and unremarkable, the way small routines tend to be. A nod, a soft reply, nothing more is needed. She moves toward the corner she favors, the one that feels slightly tucked away but never hidden. The chair makes a small sound as she sits, a sound she has heard many times before. It fits into the room without standing out. The table is cool beneath her hands, smooth and familiar. Around her, the cafe breathes in quiet patterns. Cups are set down gently, footsteps pass without hurry. Somewhere nearby, a conversation drifts, not meant to be overheard, only noticed. The sounds do not compete. They settle together, forming a soft backdrop that feels safe and unchanging. She allows herself to rest into it all, the warmth, the steady light, the comfort of knowing exactly where she is. The cafe holds her there, calm and consistent, as the evening continues to unfold in its own unhurried way. As the minutes pass, the cafe begins to change in quiet ways. Not all at once, not in any way that demands notice. It simply starts to feel fuller, as if the room is gently filling with presence rather than people. One by one, familiar shapes appear at the door. Coats are eased off, chairs slide back with care. Each arrival fits neatly into the space, never disturbing the calm. There is no rush, no searching for attention, just the soft acknowledgement of being here. The light seems warmer now, settling lower in the room. Voices remain hushed, shaped by the evening rather than the hour. Words are shared slowly, then left to rest. Laughter, when it comes, is brief and quiet, like it knows where it belongs. Movement slows as the cafe settles into itself. Cups are lifted and returned, pages are turned. Someone leans back and exhales. The air feels steady, comfortable, held together by small, ordinary moments. It becomes clear, without needing explanation, that this is when the cafe feels most like itself. Not busy, not empty, simply awake in a gentler way as the night continues to deepen and the quiet rhythm of shared time carries on. From her corner, she begins to notice the others who have settled in for the night. Not in a way that feels curious or searching, just a gentle awareness, the kind that comes when nothing needs to be done. There is a woman a few tables away, always with a notebook open in front of her. She writes slowly, pausing often, her pen resting as if listening. Some nights she fills pages. Other nights she only turns one. Either way, she stays for a while, calm and unhurried. Near the window, an older couple shares a single dessert. 2 forks, small bites, quiet smiles. They speak little, if at all, but their presence feels complete, as though words would only interrupt what is already understood. Behind the counter, the barista moves with easy familiarity. Orders are remembered without being asked. Cups are placed just where hands expect them to be. There is comfort in that kind of knowing, in being recognized without needing to explain. She doesn't wonder where these people come from or where they will go next. They are simply here, just as she is. The cafe holds them all in the same gentle moment, letting the evening continue at its own slow, steady pace. Time moves differently here, not measured by minutes, but by small, familiar moments that repeat without effort. A cup is lifted, then set back down. Later, it is filled again. A chair shifts slightly as someone settles more comfortably. The sound is soft, expected, and quickly absorbed into the room. Nothing startles, nothing interrupts. The door opens now and then, letting in a brief trace of cool night air before closing once more. Each time it makes the same gentle sound. Each time the cafe returns to its steady warmth. The pattern is comforting in its sameness. Around her, these small motions come and go, again and again. Refills, footsteps, quiet exchanges that barely rise above a murmur. The repetition feels intentional, even if no one planned it that way. It creates a rhythm that doesn't ask to be followed, only felt. A calm continuity that holds the evening together, allowing attention to rest lightly as the night continues to move forward at its own easy pace. After a while, a small pattern begins to take shape, not sharp enough to stand out, just clear enough to be felt. People finish their drinks around the same time, chairs slide back with quiet care, coats are gathered, movements slow and unhurried. No one checks the clock, no one seems surprised. It happens gently, as if guided by something shared but never spoken. What lingers is not absence, but ease. Each person leaves with the same calm they arrived with. No hesitation, no reluctance, just a quiet understanding that the moment has been complete. She notices this without leaning into it. It doesn't raise questions that need answers. It simply rests there like a soft detail in the room, noticed and then allowed to remain. The cafe continues its steady rhythm, holding both those who stay and those who quietly step back into the night, as if following a pattern that asks only for attention, not explanation. She allows the noticing to stay just as it is, light, unclaimed. There is no need to follow it further. The cafe feels better this way, when nothing is examined too closely, when moments are allowed to pass without being held. The pattern remains in the background, like a familiar melody playing low enough not to distract. She returns her attention to what is near, the warmth of the cup between her hands, the steady glow of the lights above, the soft sounds continuing around her, unchanged and unbothered. Comfort settles in when answers are not required, when observation is enough. The evening seems to agree, offering nothing more than what is already present. And so she stays where she is, breathing in the calm of the space, letting the quiet curiosity rest beside her as the night continues to unfold. At some point, without any clear beginning, understanding settles in, not as a thought that needs words, but as a feeling that quietly finds its place. A brief glance is shared across the room, not an invitation to speak, just a soft acknowledgement, the kind that says everything is already fine as it is. Nearby, the barista moves without breaking the calm, placing a cup down gently, then stepping away again. No conversation follows, none is expected. It becomes clear that this is what the cafe holds after sunset, a shared stillness, a place where people arrive not to fill the air, but to let it rest, each person wrapped in their own quiet, yet connected by the same unspoken agreement. There is comfort in knowing that nothing needs to be offered, no stories, no explanations, just presence, side by side, without demand. The room continues to breathe softly, and she remains part of it, settled into the understanding that this gentle silence is not emptiness, but something carefully shared. She notices, slowly and without needing to name it, that this is what belonging feels like here. Not a belonging that asks for attention or conversation, not a belonging that carries expectation, just the quiet assurance of being present among others who are doing the same. The cafe hums softly with presence rather than sound. Cups are lifted and lowered, pages turn, soft sighs settle into the air. Each movement is small, steady, unhurried. There is no rush, no need to perform. Everyone is simply here, allowing the evening to hold them. It brings a calm satisfaction, the kind that is gentle and quiet. The understanding is enough. The presence of others does not intrude, and yet it fills the space with warmth. She feels it too, a sense of being part of this shared rhythm without demands, without words. And so she rests into it, letting the comfort of the cafe's steady presence settle softly around her as the night continues at its gentle pace. The evening gently eases toward its close. Lights dim slowly, softening the edges of the room. Chairs are moved and stacked with care, the sound quiet and deliberate, fitting naturally into the rhythm of the night. She lifts the last sip of her drink, letting it linger, feeling the warmth settle through her hands. There is no hurry, no pressure to move or decide. Each small motion feels intentional, measured by calm rather than time. Around her, the cafe slows with the same ease. Conversations drift to silence, footsteps fade. The door opens one last time, letting a faint breeze in, then closes again, sealing the quiet warmth inside. She rises when she is ready, feeling settled, held by the gentle pace of the evening. The calm of the cafe travels with her as she steps back into the soft stillness of the night. She walks away from the cafe slowly, letting the warmth of the evening linger around her. The soft glow of the lights fades behind her, but the calm she carries does not. It moves with her, tucked into the quiet rhythm of her steps. In the stillness of the street, she thinks of the small routines that hold comfort, shared spaces, familiar faces, gentle patterns that return night after night. Nothing grand, nothing loud, just simple moments that make the world feel safe and steady. It is in these quiet places that the heart can rest, in these calm routines that the mind can breathe. And if she listens closely, she notices that such moments wait for anyone willing to slow down, willing to pay attention to the gentle pulse of the world around them. The night stretches softly ahead, carrying with it the memory of warmth, of stillness, and of a calm that travels lightly, always waiting for the next quiet step.